Welcome back again. No delay, let's get started. Manchester City are targeting a summer transfer for Bayer Leverkusen star Florian Wirtz, and the Bundesliga side would like to take a couple of Pep Guardiola's players in exchange. Bayer Leverkusen want to sign Manchester City duo James McAtee and Stefan Ortega, and the Blues are set to use their interest as leverage in their own bid to land no-one summer target Florian Wirtz. Officials from the Bundesliga club made a planned visit to the Etihad campus during the week, and they sounded out City about the prospect of taking both McAtee and Ortega to Germany. City will sell if the price is right. Pep Guardiola is a big fan of McAtee, but has been unable to give the 22-year-old enough action. After rejecting a bid from Leverkusen in January, the champions will cash in if the Germans come up with £25 million. Ortega, the backup keeper who has become a German international, also wants more time on the pitch after playing a key role in last season's title win when no one Ederson was sidelined by injury. City value the 32-year-old at around £15 million. Leverkusen have also been made aware that City want to bring £100 million rated midfielder Wirtz to Manchester as a creative replacement for Kevin De Bruyne. City face competition from Bayern Munich, but Leverkusen would prefer the 21-year-old to leave Germany. They still haven't given up hope of persuading Wirtz to sign a one-year contract extension until 2027, so that they can include a £125 million buyout clause in the agreement. But Leverkusen's interest in bolstering Xabi Alonso's squad with McAtee and Ortega gives them an ace to play in negotiations. McAtee made a rare Premier League start in Saturday's 5-2 win over Crystal Palace at the Etihad Stadium, with the former Sheffield United loanee scoring the fourth goal after a fine assist from Ederson. Reflecting on the pass from his teammate, McAtee said, "He can kick it dead far. He's got a great pass, so when I saw the defense was high up, I just tried to get between them and the goal. I don't think we deserve to be 2-0 down. I think I missed a few chances early on, and the game just got away from us a little bit. We were playing well anyway. We knew the goals were going to come, and they did. Obviously, we wanted to prove a point and show that we were committed and want to finish in the Champions League spots." Ortega also made a late appearance from the bench after Ederson suffered a groin injury with 20 minutes remaining. Let's continue with this news. Kevin De Bruyne is set to leave Manchester City when his contract expires in the summer, but the Belgian showed the team what they'll be missing on Saturday lunchtime. Manchester City star Kevin De Bruyne played down retirement talk after inspiring a sensational turnaround against Crystal Palace on Saturday. The Belgian will leave the Etihad Stadium this summer after a decade as a City player, but fully intends to prolong his career elsewhere. Pep Guardiola's City trailed 2-0 at home to Palace, and Ebery Eze was denied a third inside the opening half hour after straying marginally offside. But miraculously, City produced a remarkable in-game U-turn, with De Bruyne bringing his team back into the game with a pinpoint free kick, and Omar Marmoush equalizing before 3 second-half goals saw Guardiola's men clinch a fine 5-2 victory. The win kept City in the hunt for Champions League football, and De Bruyne remained determined to deliver qualification as a parting gift. "I want to go away with the Champions League for this team because they deserve it," he told Match of the Day. "We've been in the Champions League for the 9-10 years that I've been here, so I hope we can do that for the team next year, and I'll just try to play good football like I've always done. After this Man City chapter, I want to play on. So we'll see where I can end up." He suggested the timing of his goal against Palace was key, saying, "I think it was important to score as quickly as possible and change the feeling of the game a bit. I didn't think we were playing that bad, but the scoreline wasn't good at all." We went from there. Mateo Kovacic put City in front early in the second half, with youngsters James McAtee and Nico O'Reilly rounding off the scoring. McAtee's goal came on his first Premier League start for City, and he suggested the early deficit wasn't representative of the game. "I don't think we deserve to be 2-0 down. I missed a few chances early on," he told TNT Sports. "We were playing well anyway, and we knew the goals were going to come. We showed good character to come back." Manager Guardiola also believed City were playing well, even in the early stages when they were caught out by goals from Easy and Chris Richards. He hailed the impact of De Bruyne, one of the stars of his previous title-winning sides, in helping the hosts turn things around. "Our momentum was sparked with a free kick from Kevin, and after that we played a really good game, considering we were 2-0 down and considering how Crystal Palace have been in the past games," Guardiola said. "This was Kevin we have known for many years. I know he's struggled the last year and a half. He's free without pain and completely different. The way we played helped him a lot with incredible runners, the young lads, the fullbacks." Manchester City put in a stunning hour of football after a shocking opening half hour to beat Crystal Palace 5-2 in the Premier League on Saturday. If Manchester City's 0-0 draw against Man United in the previous game was boring, then this Crystal Palace game at the Etihad was anything but. Pep Guardiola watched on as his side went 2 goals behind to then come back on level terms by half-time, with Kevin De Bruyne scoring a free kick and then Omar Marmoush netting his 6th Premier League goal of the campaign. Mateo Kovacic then completed the comeback after the break, with further goals coming from James McAtee and Nico O'Reilly to seal an emphatic win against an in-form Crystal Palace side. Man City player ratings versus Crystal Palace. Ederson, 6 out of 10. Flapped at Crystal Palace's second goal, which came from a beautiful corner from Man City transfer target Adam Wharton. Pulled off a nice assists for McAtee's goal in the second half before coming off injured. Nico O'Reilly, 7-10. A lot of the play came down his left side in the first half, a lot of which he struggled to stand up against. But on the whole, it was another good performance from the team, who especially looks good going forward. Josko Gvardiol, 7-10, steady as ever. Some really crucial interventions that went under the radar. It'll be interesting to see if Pep continues with Gvardiol in the middle with O'Reilly impressing on the left. Ruben Dias, 6-10, struggled early on with Ebere Easy constantly dropping off his shoulder, but moved the ball about nicely and commanded the game with much more confidence in the second half, when City got back in front. Rico Lewis, June 10th. Not his finest performance, though he settled into the game in the second half as Man City as a unit settled into the game a lot more. Certainly another star in the making. Nico Gonzalez, 6 out of 10. Didn't have much to do other than keeping play ticking along. Steady, albeit without doing anything overly spectacular in the game. Mateo Kovacic, 6-10. Not a great first half for the Croatian. Ran about somewhat aimlessly with some stray passing to top it off, and in both halves. But he scored a well-taken goal that got Man City back in front after the break. Battled well, too. Kevin De Bruyne, 9 out of 10. As good as we've seen him in a long time in the first half. Should have had more goals than he did, but his free kick was beautifully taken. Then popped up with an assist in the second half to give Man City fans a bit of a throwback performance. Great stuff! Ilkay Gundogan, 6 out of 10. Barely got involved in what was a very fluid attack for Man City. Got himself an assist, though, and was tidy on the ball. Though, like Nico, he didn't seem to do anything that influential in the game, playing a quite hybrid role. James McAtee, 6-10 poor in the first 45. Squandered one really good chance, but did play a delightful little chip cross in the build-up to Marmoush's goal. eventually got himself on the score sheet after rounding the Palace goalkeeper, though he should have had more on the day. Omar Marmoush, 7-10. Took his goal well to continue his prolific run of form. Put in the yards throughout, but at times looked a bit isolate, perhaps in the wrong areas of the pitch at times.